Hello and welcome to the SM Astro channel. In this video, we will see how Rahu can make you a superstar in the world of sports. We will be using three example charts. One is of MS Dhoni, the other is King Kohli, Virat Kohli, and Rohit Sharma. We will see how during the period of Rahu, they rose to success and fame and even won the World Cup championship. Let us begin with the chart of MS Dhoni. MS Dhoni debuted in the year 2004 when he was under the Rahu Mahadasha and Rahu Antardasha. So during Rahu period, he debuted for India. He got the chance to play for India. You can see Rahu for him is placed in the 11th house. Rahu in 3rd, 6th, 10th, and 11th house is beneficial under most circumstances. Here we see Rahu in his particular case is placed with Venus. Venus is the natural significator of luxuries and happiness in life. In this particular chart, Venus owns two houses, which is the ninth house and the second house, the house of destiny, fortune, luck, and the house of wealth and fame. So, what Rahu does is, whenever Rahu sits with any planet, it acquires its characteristics and tries to enhance it. Rahu works like a catalyst and tries to give out bigger and larger results of that particular planet. Also, the dispositor of Rahu here, Moon, is seated in the first house comfortably with its friend Jupiter. There is influence of Saturn as well with Moon, but Saturn here is again a functionally benefic planet for this chart. So Rahu is a completely beneficial planet for him, especially it is seated in the 11th house, the house of wish fulfillment and desire fulfillment. So Rahu fulfilled his desire of playing for India in the year 2004 during its own dasha. Then, under its Mahadasha, which period is quite long and lasted till 14th December 2020, he went on to win the T20 World Cup during Rahu Dasha and Jupiter Antardasha. Then he won the 2011 ODI World Cup during Rahu Dasha and Mercury Antardasha. He also won many IPL championships, IPL trophies, gained many accolades. You can see how Rahu, during the Rahu Dasha, he gained a lot of popularity and won many matches for India and became a global icon in cricket. Let us take another example of King Kohli. For Virat Kohli, we can see Rahu is placed again in the third house. The third house is a very important house for cricket. One thing I forgot to mention in the chart of MS Dhoni's, let me just bring it up once again. Yeah, so Rahu from the 11th house is aspecting the third house. Rahu and third house is a very good combination for any kind of sports. The third house is primarily very important for any athlete and sports because it is a house of your courage, your skills, your parakram, your own boldness. So this third house is extremely important along with fifth house also, which is the house of skills again and your arts and your abilities. But third house is primary. And whenever Rahu will be seated with the third lord or with influencing the third house, it can give you good sporting capabilities. Like in the case of Virat Kohli, Rahu is seated in the third house and it's in a friendly sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is also the sign of Rahu. It co-owns with Saturn. Saturn is also aspecting the Aquarius sign, the third house. So again, enhancing the quality. But again, coming back to our topic of Rahu, you will see Rahu is under Kohli is under Rahu Mahadasha from 8th of March 2010, which will last till 7th of March 2028. So this Rahu Mahadasha is overall very beneficial for him, for his sporting abilities, for his sporting life. He won the 2011 World Cup when again he was under Rahu Mahadasha. Even now in 2023, the team has reached the finals of the World Cup. May or may not win, that is a different thing. For that, that is a completely different field of astrology to see whether your team is actually going to win or not. But Rahu has done its effect and taken the team to the World Cup finals. He also got the title of king in the year 2014. Roughly around 2014 is when his people started to call him King Kohli. So Rahu has blessed him with all the good fortune and has given him all the accolades and championships. Of course, he has not been able to win the IPL. Some people will say, when Rahu is so good, why has he not won any IPL trophy? But again, I said, it may not work for the entire team, but for individually, he has gained. Individually, he has succeeded. Individually, he is the king of Kohli. He is known next to Sachin Tendulkar now. He's called the next Sachin Tendulkar, has equaled his number of centuries in the one day international format. So, what more do you want? So Rahu has definitely, we can see how Rahu has influenced the career of both Dhoni and Kohli. It is during the Rahu Mahadasha they both won the World Cup championships, and Dhoni even debuted during the Rahu Mahadasha and made him a complete leader. And now coming to a very interesting chart of Rohit Sharma. Now here, this is a little difficult. This may be a little difficult to understand for people who are not very well versed with the astrological principles and rules. I'll try to simplify it for you, but you can see, as I said in the beginning of the video, Rahu is good in houses 3rd, 6th, 10th, and 11th. Rohit Sharma's Rahu is placed in the 8th house. In 8th house, generally, Rahu is not considered to be good, but not good for what? Good. Rahu is not good for other things, but here Rahu is seated with the third lord, which is Venus, and also Venus is the lord of the career, the 10th house in this chart. So Rahu is seated with the career lord and the third lord. So Rahu will try to amplify its effects. So Rahu will try to increase the effects that Venus wants to give out, the career and the significations of the third house. Also, Rahu is seated in the house which is owned by Jupiter, and Jupiter itself is seated here. So initially, the eighth house is the house of obstacles and struggles. So initially, Rahu gave him struggles and obstacles, but ultimately he was able to gain out of it. Let us see. He entered Rahu Mahadasha in 14th August 2008. It will last till 15th August 2026. At the beginning of the Dasha, Rahu gave him obstacles. In 2011, he was not selected for the World Cup squad. He had to forego his place in the team. But again, when Rahu started to bless him, he made a strong comeback and he became the captain of the Indian cricket team and has now led the team to the finals of the World Cup. He is presently under Rahu and Sun Dasha, Rahu Mahadasha and Sun Antardasha. Sun is exalted and placed in the house of destiny. It is also its ascendant lord. So you can see how Rahu has tried to amplify again the results of Sun and given him so much of success. Another interesting thing, let me tell you, even the god of cricket, Sachin Tendulkar, he was under Rahu Mahadasha when India won the 2011 World Cup. So as you can see, Rahu does benefit you in a very big way. Only there are many conditions to be seen. When the conditions are right, when your overall chart is extremely supportive, the overall chart has to be supportive. If the overall chart is negative or weak, Rahu alone cannot give you that benefit. But when your chart is good, when Rahu is beneficial, Rahu wants to give you that fame and name, success, wealth, and joy. So Rahu can act as a catalyst and amplify the results to a great extent. I hope you liked the video. Please do like, share, and comment, and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.